Let's have a quick look at the teams, starting with SpeedMania Black. Of course, a team we've already seen in the last FMS, consisting of Fusion, their team leader, then Fox, Unrider, Quantik, Bonne, willeknas, and Anma. If I remember correctly, willeknas and Anma were in SpeedMania White last competition, being the full speed masters of the last full speed major series. They now moved up to SpeedMania Black, so I'm curious what they can do in Division 1 now versus all the other players. I haven't really seen them play that much. I haven't seen any play of them. They had until now, and Vinke Babu, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it. And yeah, but I mean, they're known players. Fusion, Unrider, and Quantik. I think we all know them from the last competition. And I think they're still pretty fast and also trained for this map. So let's see what their competitors by the name of JUT can do. Of course, this time two captains by the names of Kartoffelstampf and Carbon. Then Purple, Legit, Retro, Lukki, and Shotty. Of course, Purple, Legit, and Retro were in Ceph Gaming last competition. Now moved to JUT as Ceph unfortunately reduced their activity. But now they are in JUT, going up for the competition under new flag. And Lukki as well was also in Ceph Gaming, is now in JUT, but he was more active in TM2, if I remember correctly, and just started TM 2020 recently. And of course, we know Shotty, a fellow UR member, last competition by the name of FullSpeed Masters in UR. He improved a lot, he trained a lot, and yeah, it's going to be interesting what he can do in these matches, although I'm not sure whether he will drive today. I know that Legit and Retro are still either stuck on the road or are stuck in an airplane or on an airport. So yeah, we will see what these players can do. Okay. Doomsday doing his moderator stuff, deleting. Nice. Okay. So we have the lineup for both teams now. On the side of YouTube, we will have Kartoffelstampf, Lukki, and Purple going up against Quantik, Unrider, and willeknas. Yeah, Quantik, of course, being the fastest driver in lineups on the lineups of both teams, followed by Kartoffelstampf, whose PB is 0.3 behind the one of Quantik, and yeah, Kartoffelstampf and Lukki having the same PB. And yeah, we will see what Lukki can do with the consistency, driving those times. So yeah, we have 10 seconds to go until we are live. As we see willeknas going for a little turtle there, Unrider for a little nosedive. But yeah, we will see. And let's see, countdown for the first match, and we are live in this last match of Division 1 on this day 3. All taking similar lines, all quite close. Quantik already gaining a bit of distance there to his competitors. Let's have a look at Unrider, who's behind all the JUT guys currently in the mix with willeknas. I think we already lost someone. No, we didn't, as Lukki is on second place. Let's get just to, no, not Unrider, Lukki there. Lukki now actually being able to get in front of Quantik, but Quantik trying to fight back. Let's have a look at Purple. Okay, he drops behind, clipped somewhere, and that looks like he will be dead last or not even able to finish. Let's go to Kartoffelstampf, who is fighting with Quantik to get into second place. Lukki still in first as he drops out. Quantik now in first is slower than Kartoffelstampf. Can Kartoffelstampf go for the snipe and get the first place for his team? But it doesn't really matter what place he will get because he's still alone. He's alone for JUT, and that's the first point for SM Black on this map, as all other JUT drivers either clipped and lost speed or completely flew out unrecoverable. So it's pretty close, and yeah, I think we were going to see that on all of the other maps as well. Close fight. if I have to predict something, I think this map is a slight favor. Okay, someone already dropped out there. It was Purple not surviving the start. So we have Lukki and Kartoffelstampf going up against Quantik, Unrider, and willeknas. Lukki also clipping again, so it's only Kartoffelstampf again. If two of the SM drivers survive this, it's going to be a win for SM, but Kartoffelstampf is actually getting in front of willeknas now, going for the attack on Unrider. Can he get past, and can he hope that someone else of the SM guys is going to fail? But it looks like it's not looking like it. He's also losing some distance now to Unrider as he's going for a slight attack there, not being able to make it stick, and it's going to be a 1-2 for SM, making it 2-0 on this map. So Quantik being able to put his best time or his best PB to use in these matches, also with insane consistency right now, not clipping anywhere, not bonking, as well as Kartoffelstampf. He hasn't bonked once yet, and I hope that wasn't a jinx. Let's have a look at Unrider. He's in the mix behind Kartoffelstampf and Purple, who are currently attacking Quantik. Kartoffelstampf having a bit more speed than Quantik, going for the attack now on the first place. They are neck on neck. Maybe the line can make it here, going for the more inside line. Quantik even more inside. Can he make the jump though? Yes, they can. I think Purple survived, and Lukki didn't survive again, dropping out, leaving his two teammates alone for this fight. Purple and Kartoffelstampf on second and third, Quantik in first, followed by willeknas. And wait, what happened there? Okay, something's... Okay, Purple in first, willeknas, Quantik second, third. That looks like a point for JUT, and that's the 2-1. Don't know what happened there with the split times, but yeah, maybe a line or something like that. It was just really, really close. But JUT can actually show, okay, hey, we are keeping up to that level. We just had a few hiccups, but now we are back. We are going to fight back, and we are going for the win on this map. As we see different lines there, I think it was willeknas going a bit wide there. Don't know if he survived. Yes, he did, but he's behind and also a bit slower, as all of the JUT guys currently are surviving. Purple in first, followed by Unrider, who is now going for the more inside line, trying to attack, has a different line through the loop, has to steer a bit to correct it, loses some speed doing that. Quantik being able to overtake, going for the attack on Purple now. Can he make it stick though? He has a bit more speed, more inside line. Purple trying to deny Quantik, now overtaking. Let's see where the others can do. Unrider currently in front of Lukki. That's the second, fourth, and fifth for JUT, and I think that's that's a draw. So those are really nice times, all close together. I think it were 3.2s, and yeah, it's a fight. Like, it's not going to be a domination as we've seen with other matches so far, but it's actually sort of equal level, and yeah, I think it's going to be enjoyable for the drivers. It's not going to be enjoyable though if they push it to the last map, and it's just going to be a psychological nightmare. Driving Spring Day as the decider, I think both teams are aiming to make the win happen on the first two maps. Lukki and Kartoffelstampf currently being in first, second, and Purple in third, going for the ace now. Let's have a look at Purple. Where is he coming up? He's currently overtaking Kartoffelstampf. Can the SM guys catch up? Quantik going for the attack on the inside, getting a bit of overslide there, going for the better line on the dirt, but he's not going to be able to catch up, and it's an ace for JUT, making it 2-2, and we're back to equal level on round 5. So JUT now exerting dominance in that round. Let's see whether they have the consistency to do it again, and whether SM can fight back and show, hey, we're still here, we're still fighting, we are also wanting to win this. So Quantik now with 629 into the first wall is decent speed. All of the other drivers being able to keep up with that. willeknas This time not going for the wider line, being close behind his teammate. They are currently in first and second, followed by Lukki, who is trying to attack, but Unrider now coming through with a bit more overspeed, has to adapt his line in the loop again, losing some speed there and falling behind Lukki now. Let's see where the other drivers are. Purple also in the mix with Lukki and Unrider now overtaking, going for the attack on willeknas. Oh, that's good speed. Can he snipe him? Can he snipe willeknas? We don't know. Maybe the line. Is it going to be? No, it's not going to be. It's a 1-2 for SpeedMania Black, and it's 3-2-2 on this map. This is the answer of SpeedMania, which I've said at the start of the round. They are still here. They are fighting, and they want to win this. It's pretty close. Of course, we have, depending on the littlest mistakes in the start, 2 of the drivers setting themselves apart from the rest of the field. And yeah, this time it looks like Quantik has an insanely good start. 6:33 into the first wall. Can Purple keep up? KRTFFLSTMPF is in the mix, has more speed than Purple, and Unrider going for the attack on Quantik now. Let's look at that event up there. I don't know why he's not why it's not changing the cam. KRTFFLSTMPF dropping out. That's not good. He's leaving leaving Purple and Lukki alone. Going for the attack now on Quantik, and the other SM drivers, not being able to keep up. Unrider is close behind, but has less speed. Quantik is solid in first place, as we see them go for the finish. And if all of the SM drivers survive, it will be a win for SM, making it 4-2-2. And Quantik driving a 53.1, which is extremely good. 0.4 behind his PB in rounds, and I think he's driven those times in the last rounds as well. So yeah, he is consistent, he is trained, and he is hot and ready to catch the win, as he's already setting himself apart from the other drivers in round 8 now. But Purple and KRTFFLSTMPF are still in the mix. Purple just dropped out. Quantik now trying to get close to KRTFFLSTMPF, but KRTFFLSTMPF has, I don't know, should I keep talking or not? Lukki now the only driver, as Unrider is tracking him down. Lukki close behind Quantik, and as we see, willeknas already dropped out. Let's see, can Lukki overtake Quantik? Let's drop to him. It doesn't look like it, as Quantik has more speed and is, yeah, he's not catchable. And Unrider also finishing. That's a point for SM Black. I'm trying to tunnel. I'm trying to. So it's a 5-2. JUT can strike back, can get a comeback. But they need to have luck, because there was Castle's curse 2 times in 1 round. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. And yeah, we're going to stay with willeknas, who has an okay start, 6:27 into the first wall, keeping up with the field, getting in front of Unrider and some of the JUT drivers. It's Purple and KRTFFLSTMPF he just overtook. Now he's trying to attack Lukki to join his teammate Quantik in a 1-2 to make that win definite, but he drops behind a bit. I don't know whether it happened because he had a bit more airtime or a slight overslide there. Trying to get back, but it doesn't look like he's able to get that right now. But Lukki actually getting closer to Quantik now. That's not going to be a snipe though. And let's see what's the standing like. It's a win for SM Black, making it 6-2-2 in round 9. And it's a match point for SM Black on Haphazard. And the question is now, can you deny them that win with a 7-2, or can they delay it and maybe even have a comeback, as willeknas goes pretty wide on that start, getting behind. Lukki clipping the pillar there, already out of the game. So it's up to Purple and KRTFFLSTMPF to get this point down in first and second. Quantik being slow, they're clipping out. That's not good. KRTFFLSTMPF and Purple now overtaking taking 1-2 position. Let's have a look at Unrider, whereas Unrider also going slow, not being able to make a jump. So it's only Quantik going up. Well, it's not. Wait, who's driving? Is willeknas still in? Yes, it's a match between KRTFFLSTMPF and willeknas on this map, as all of the other drivers dropped out. KRTFFLSTMPF is in front and gaining some distance as well. If nothing happens, that will be a win for JUT. And yeah, it is a win for JUT, making it 6-3. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the Castle's curse there, but 4 of the 6 drivers dropping out. That's not good. And that's been, yeah, a good round. So yeah, round 11. Let's see whether SM can get it now or whether JUT can deny it again, or even have their comeback really make it. Quantik being able to set himself apart from the others just a tiny bit, is 1 car length in front. Lukki and Purple following behind. Willeknas also there, but it's a different line the others take. I don't know whether that will pay off. It doesn't look like it will be also going for the wider line there, going for more speed, as KRTFFLSTMPF is going for the inside line, having the line advantage and also speed advantage now, as he is taking the 3rd position. Purple was able to get in front of Quantik. Lukki now as well, and KRTFFLSTMPF is also going for the attack. As you see, Quantik going for the one side line, going for the attack on Lukki, but it doesn't look like he will be able to catch up to Purple and Lukki there. And it's a 1-2 for JUT, making it 6-4, and they are delaying it again. Can I go for a 6-5, even a 6-6 maybe? We will see, but yeah, they are making it really, really interesting. So round 12, 6-4 is the standing. JUT has shown they can come back, they can get those points in, as Lukki goes for a wider line there. I don't know, did he survive? Oh, was it Purple? Yeah, Purple is already out of the match as he leaves his fellow teammates alone. Quantik is in 1st, willeknas now joining him in 2nd place. Unrider going for the attack on Lukki now in 3rd. Also has more speed than willeknas, but takes a different line. This time gets the loop a bit better, doesn't have to correct his line. With a SM 1, 2, 3, they're setting up 4 GAs to finish this map. We will see whether they can do it. Lukki now getting into 2nd place as he overtakes willeknas and Unrider. Unrider going back for the attack on deny, but KRTFFLSTMPF already crashed out. So this is going to be the match, and yeah, it's going to be the match for SM Black on Haphazard, making it 7-4. And Quantik going for 53.031 in rounds. That's fast. So we are moving up to Trip, where this little jump there is tricky, because if you don't have the correct exit out of that wall turnover something there, hard to describe, but this element there, you have a scuffed jump and you have a risk of clipping, losing your speed, getting a weird bounce, not having the line, having to go for a really high wall line, which is not good. So yeah, and we are going live in 5 seconds. We are going to stick with Quantik for the 1st round to see what he is able to do in rounds now. And then we are going to switch between the JUT guys and SM guys, depending on the placement. Yeah, Quantik, we're going for a strong start. 723 into that reverse turnover. 744 in the wall. It's good speed. Being ahead of Purple and Lukki. 788 on that. Purple now with he's just behind. Can he take his line as an advantage to gain more speed? Doesn't look like it. Quantik staying in 1st, followed by Purple and Lukki. Then willeknas, and the others have dropped out. Bonne finishes, and that's the round for SM on Trip. Make it 1-0. So JUT now has to win this map to push the decider 1 map further because if SM wins this now, they definitely won this match, and the last map is just going for potential tiebreakers later on in the standing. We're going to have a look at Purple, as he was able to keep up with Quantik for the majority of the match with the different jump lines there. Purple now in first. Quantik trying to get close, but being unable to do so. Let's have a look at Carbon. He is behind the field, but all JUT drivers are still in the mix. Purple is still in first, followed by willeknas. Let's have a look at willeknas, where he is. Quantik overtook. Quantik battling with Purple. It's... oh god, now I have to calculate. It is going to be a draw. If I'm not... is it? No. Wait. No, it's another point for SM. Okay, I think I misread something there, but okay. Another point for SM, making it 2-0. You now really need to get those points in, show, hey, we are there, we can win this, we have the consistency, as Lukki and Purple are setting themselves in front of willeknas. Carbon still being behind, and Quantik not getting that good of a start, being behind of Carbon, trying to get back to the field, and now gaining a slight bit, or could just be the visuals. No, he's now way closer to Carbon, overtaking him now. willeknas overtook Bonne, Purple, and Lukki in first and second. Let's have a look at willeknas as he overtakes Lukki. There, it's Purple 1, Lukki second, and that's another point for SM. Let me quickly go 6. No, that's a win for JUT. It's 2-1. So JUT now coming back and making the first point on trip. All because of a bad start by Quantik. willeknas and Quantik now having the better start line, but can they keep their speed? Quantik pulling ahead of willeknas. Let's have a look at Lukki as he's getting close to the SM drivers, getting a little bit of airtime there. Might be this mistake they needed. Quantik dropping out, willeknas now in first, followed by Lukki, then Carbon, then Bonne. Kartoffelstampf already out of the game. Lukki now going for the attack on willeknas. Can he make it stick? More inside line. Ooh, late SD start, but has more speed into the turnover. Who hits a better match is still Lukki with a bit of underslide, but is in front, has more speed. Where is Carbon? Can he keep up? Yes, he's right behind willeknas. Lukki going for it. And that's another point for you're making it 2-2. We're back to equal level. So it's again 2-2 on the second map, as we've seen with the first map. This time JUT made a comeback. Can they keep that progress going and make it 7 points for them? As we already see, I think it was Purple drop out, clipping or bonking the booster there, which is something you don't want to do. So it's now Carbon and Lukki going against all of the SM Black lineup. They need a mistake by one of the SM drivers or a 1-2 to finish this and win this. Lukki actually gaining on Quantik, but again with the late SD start, different line though. Does he have more speed? No, he doesn't. Is the Magnet SD better now? Yes, but Quantik has more speed. His SD was better. Pulling away now. Lukki followed by willeknas and Bonne. If nothing happens, this will be another point for SM, and it is another point for... oh, no. Fifth. Yeah, it's another point for SM. So it's 3-2. Moving up into round 6. Can you now do the comeback, make it 3-3, or it will be a 4-2 for SM, or maybe even a draw? We don't know, but we will see in at least 1 minute time. Quantik again with a good start, has less speed than Purple though, and willeknas. Purple is actually now right in the cars of willeknas and Quantik. Willeknas pulling ahead, getting a little bounce there, but Purple also not having that good speed there, trying to attack willeknas now. willeknas pulling away for a tiny bit. Quantik also behind, battling it out with Lukki. Where is Carbon though? Carbon is behind the field. Can he finish and get back? By the looks of it, it looks like he can do it. Lukki and Purple now just need to deny the 1-2 for SM, and Nah, that's another point for SM Black, making it 4-2-2. But again, close rounds. If no mistakes happen, and if mistakes happen, it's basically a safe win for the other team, because the drivers are just consistent like anything. So it all depends on the start, who has a better start, and then it's just maintaining these positions, hoping for maybe mistakes from the other drivers, and driving that consistently as they've been before. Quantik and Lukki again going for the for similar lines there. Quantik a tiny bit ahead, as Lukki had the first split there. Where is Lukki though? Does he have more speed? Purple now overtaking Quantik, Lukki behind. Where is willeknas? Willeknas now basically inside Lukki, trying to get to his teammate Quantik. Purple pulling ahead of Quantik, getting some distance in. willeknas now up in third, as Bonne now also joins the game. So we have JUT 1, then all the SM players, followed by Carbon and Lukki. And this is another win for SM, making it 5-2. So SM now exerting the pressure on JUT, showing, hey, we have the advantage currently. You guys have to step up your game, or we are going to take this home and win this, because currently JUT is missing 3 points to make it equal, so they would need to win 3 rounds, and they lost the last 3. So yeah, we will see what we can, what they can do. Purple with an extremely fast start, pulling ahead of willeknas basically instantly, as Lukki is following behind. Can Lukki keep it up though? Has Lukki more speed? Doesn't look like it. He's now being overtaken by Quantik. Also gets a late SD start, as he's done that in the earlier rounds. Where's Carbon though? Carbon again behind right now. From the standing, it would be another win for. Is it actually? No, it's a win for JUT. It's a 5-3 now. JUT got the point back, and now they show, hey, we can do it still. So we're going to take a point, maybe even a couple more, make it equal. We don't know, but they are never going to give up. They're going to continue, and they're going to fight, make it hard for SM Black. And yeah, they're just showing it. Carbon with a bit of a slower start, being a bit behind, but Purple and Lukki being right in the mix of the SM players. Quantik and Bonne now fighting with Purple as willeknas joins the game from behind. We can have a look at willeknas. He is now tracking down Lukki and his teammates. Purple in first, all going pretty close there to that wall. Lukki and Purple in first. Can the SM guys overtake them though? Quantik with the good attack, having more speed on Lukki. Can he make it stick though? Can he take that speed advantage to the finish or not? Purple and Lukki in 1-2. We're going for the last thing. Are they going to catch the slow-mo? No, it's a 1-2 for JUT, and they make it 5-4. They're only 1 point away from making it equal level again, and they show SM Black, hey, we can compete on this map. We are going to take points. We are going to make it equal again and make it interesting for you viewers. So they've shown they're consistent, they are strong, and they are going to take it. Nice Saugen from JUT there. Yeah, Quantik having the best start in this round. willeknas behind, Purple with more speed, equal speed with willeknas. Different line though. Who will have the better turn here? Purple with a equal speed as willeknas, going for the more inside line now, is in front. What is the speed bar on willeknas? Can he catch back or not? willeknas not being able to do so, but Bonne joined the game. Now Quantik joined the game. Can he get close or get the first place maybe from Purple? It doesn't look like it, but willeknas now has more speed, taking first place. And Quantik takes second place as Purple touches the slowdown, and it's a 6-4 with a 1-2 from SM. It was close, but that slowdown was just unfortunate. So again, match point on the side of SM Black. JUT lacking 3 points to get their win. If it weren't for the slowdown there, they would have taken a point, or would have at least make it a bit more interesting. Quantik with a very slow start, as Flash Tubes follows this channel. Thank you for the follow, and welcome to the cast. I hope you enjoyed. Quantik also not with a good start, as Bonne just drives somewhere else. And yeah, we have all 3 drivers of JUT in the mix, 2 drivers of SM. Carbon is in front of Quantik, but Quantik is now catching up as Carbon has some internet issues, but we have Purple and Lukki in first and second. Let's see whether willeknas can catch up to them. It doesn't look like it. Purple and Lukki still in first and second, going for 1-2 for the side of JUT, making it 6-5, and they are 1 point away from making it match point on both sides. We do not have tennis mode enabled, so anyone, if they go for a 6-6, anyone who finishes or wins this round will get the point. But JUT, in order to do that, JUT has to win this round, or it will be a win for SM, or make it even a draw. We don't know, but we will see. willeknas and Quantik this time with a good start, being in front, but we know that Purple can get back with more speed. He already does that, getting in front of Quantik and the willeknas there. Lukki being a tiny bit behind. Where is Carbon? Carbon further behind. Those like issues, we're not going to spec Carbon anymore. That's, I think, a bit painful for you guys. Purple in front of willeknas and Bonne. Where is Quantik? Quantik is far behind, clipped somewhere. We don't know, as we haven't seen it. Carbon now joining Purple. Where is Lukki? Lukki already also out, so they can maybe make it a tie. It's 10 points for JUT, 3 for willeknas. Now it's 10-10. It's a tie, it's a draw. They're taking it to round 13 with the standing of 6-5. JUT showed, hey, we can still continue. We had one guy crash out, but yeah, if they win it, if they win the next round, going to 6-6, they're just making it really interesting. Okay, I'm going to not spec Carbon anymore. willeknas and Quantik, again, really good start. Bonne also in the mix. Lukki already overtaking them. Purple also not going for the overtaking more as these there, as the other guys also taking more inside line, but not taking that much speed. Purple now zooming in front. Lukki behind, followed by Quantik, willeknas and Bonne. I don't know where Carbon is. Carbon is behind Lukki. I think Purple just crashed out. Purple crashed out. That's not good. So Carbon and Lukki need to take first and second. Carbon and Bonne actually fighting. Bonne now with the overspeed overtaking the JUT guys, taking first place. Where are his teammates? It's a 1-2 for SM actually, as willeknas came out of nowhere, and it's a 1-2 for SM, making it 2-0 on this overall match. The match is already won for SM, but they're taking it through the for this third map, Spring Day, to have potential tiebreakers decided later on. Doesn't look like it. Ah yeah, now it's working. Perfect. Didn't notice that the other rounds. Oh, we're already live. Okay, going for the first live round on Spring Day. The match has already been decided. It's now going for the tiebreaker points. And yeah, we see this tight right hand downhill with an S4D in there. We've seen some players going for a wall strat there, trying to drive through the wall, but that's not advantageous, rather reducing speed instead of giving you speed. But going for the S4D is definitely the more sensible solution, as it gives more speed than a no slide or yeah, an overslide, of course. Currently we have Lukki and Carbon in first and second, as we see Unrider crashing out. Let's join Carbon as he's being challenged by Quantik. Can Quantik get in between? And yes, he can, but Carbon is followed by KRTFFLSTMPF, and it's a point for JUT, making it 0-1 on this match, or in this round now. So JUT taking the overall defeat, not as a disadvantage, but as an advantage, thinking, okay, we can risk now, we can go for it. It doesn't really matter whether we win or not. And yeah, they're now going for it and trying to get this 1 point for their potential tiebreakers. Quantik being in first, followed by KRTFFLSTMPF. And Lukki was actually gaining on the KRTFFLSTMPF, but then had a scuffed exit as Quantik flips out of that entry into the tube. willeknas still in the mix, trying to get closer to KRTFFLSTMPF, and Lukki now going for the overtake on KRTFFLSTMPF, but willeknas overtook them both, pulling a Daniel Ricciardo with on the 2 cars. and willeknas now in first against the whole JUT squad behind them, and Unrider is 5 seconds behind, and that will definitely be a win for JUT, as willeknas not really makes the risky fin in the most elegant manner and clips somewhere, letting Lukki go for the first place. And yeah, it didn't really matter because it's now 0-2 for JUT. Yeah, the risky fin is definitely interesting on this map because you can bonk it easily or clip it somewhere. But if you train it, it shouldn't be really an issue if you get the consistency and to make each run be the same run, almost looking like a task. But yeah, none of these drivers are driving a task because everyone has been driving different rounds, different lines, each map. So yeah, that has been ruled out. KRTFFLSTMPF now overtaking his teammate Lukki, as we see willeknas and Quantik also going with more speed against Lukki there, going for the overtake on, or going for the attack on KRTFFLSTMPF now. Quantik being held back by Lukki, willeknas in between KRTFFLSTMPF and Lukki, as we don't see Max Carbon. Yeah, Carbon is behind Unrider with a bit more speed, with more speed, overtaking Unrider any second now. If the line didn't change it, no, it changed the line, and it's another point for JUT, making it 0-3. So JUT now showing dominance on Spring Day, which is a good sign because Spring Day and Trip will be together with, we check how the other map is called. Carbon lagging out again. Let's have a look at KRTFFLSTMPF being in the mix with Quantik, Unrider, willeknas, and Lukki. They're now going for the S4D. No one taking the wall bang there. KRTFFLSTMPF has to cancel the SD there to not clip into the wall in the road border. willeknas and Unrider capitalizing on that, getting more speed. Unrider and KRTFFLSTMPF now fighting. KRTFFLSTMPF with more inside line, a bit more speed. Lukki being in front of willeknas, Unrider overtaking KRTFFLSTMPF now going for the attack on his teammate with a bit more speed, getting a little bit more airtime, has the outside line, willeknas with the inside line denying that. Lukki still in first. Doesn't look like any of the SM drivers can attack him. KRTFFLSTMPF in fourth, Quantik in fifth. If they finish in that order, that will be a win. No, they don't finish in that order. It is, if none of them finish, no other finish, it's another point. Oh, Quantik finished, so it's another point. No, yeah, he finished already before that. So it's the first point for SM Black on this match, making it 1-3. And the third map that is going to be played is where is it? Announcement. Triumph by Aethel and Kiesler. Going to join next week with Spring Day and Trip. And if you can now take those rounds as training on Spring Day to also get round experience in there and win it, it's going to be a huge mental advantage for the matches next week. Lukki again in first, this time Quantik being overtaken by KRTFFLSTMPF right now. And I think we already lost. No, Max also. It's weird. It doesn't show. It only shows 5. Yeah. Max being behind. Currently, KRTFFLSTMPF and Lukki going for a 1-2, followed by Quantik. They only have this tube and then the turnover remaining. If no one misses the risky finish, it's a 1-2 for JUT, and it's a 1-2 for JUT, making it 1-4 in this last round. Improving your chances to get at least one map point on this or in this match to make it 2-1 overall. But yeah, we will see what happens. And welcome to the cast, Shadows. And yeah. So Quantik in the start ahead of Lukki, but we've seen that Quantik is most of the time in front, but the S4D here is letting the JUT drivers take the advantage of the first position. Unrider also going strong, but now in front of his teammate. It's a 1-2 for SM currently, followed by all of the JUT squad. Quantik and Unrider battling it out for first there. Without collisions on, it's not going to be any risk to do that. So yeah, Lukki now squeezing in between Unrider and Unrider and Quantik. Kartoffelstampf also going for the attack on Unrider, trying at least, but it doesn't really look like he's able to catch up. He has less speed. Unrider with a slight overslide there. Lukki taking the second position, and that's a point for SM Black, making it 2-4. So SM Black also showing, hey, we are still here. We still want to fight. We still want to play a bit. But JUT is just going, we want to win this, and having a mental setup of knowing, okay, the match is already decided, we can risk now, is a good advantage. As we see Unrider clipping out there with the start, really slow. That's not recoverable and definitely not going to be catch-upable. Or he's not going to be able to catch up, as we see Lukki and Quantik battling it out for first, followed by Kartoffelstampf. Quantik with a higher wall line, but having more speed. Lukki crashing out. Quantik now in first, followed by Kartoffelstampf, then followed by Carbon, who is just behind his teammate. Where is willeknas though? Can he still mix it up? Wait, where's Kartoffelstampf? Kartoffelstampf is now behind, crashed out, and he's really slow, so willeknas now in the mix with Quantik and Carbon, currently sitting at third place, and we will see whether they are going to be able to finish. That's going to be a point for SM, making it 3-4, and SM now really pushing JUT to risk more and trying to just get them into mistakes so that they crash out and are not able to show the consistency and speed on the track in the match. And they're getting back. They're doing a little comeback now. So this time, everyone's surviving the start. Lukki and Carbon currently in front, battling out with Quantik there. No one hitting the wall there. No one hitting the road border. For now, I think everyone survived. No, Kartoffelstampf didn't. Where's Unrider? Unrider is also in the mix, so it's Lukki and Carbon going against the SM squad. Lukki still in first, Unrider out. So it's now a 2 versus 2. Lukki in first, followed by Quantik and willeknas thereafter. Carbon, let's have a look at Carbon. It's pretty close. Can he still get it though? If they finish in this order, it will be a draw. If one of the SM guys drops out, it will be a win for JUT if one of the JUT guys drops out. And that was the correct decision by Carbon to go for the safe finish, as willeknas misses the risky finish, taking now a total of 10 points for JUT, making it 3-5. So yeah, that was a safe call or a safe decision for the JUT guys, and they now have only 2 rounds to win. SM has to win 4 rounds. But it was again really close, but also some mistakes in dropping out from Kartoffelstampf and Unrider. But I think that was a one-time thing, and they can now continue. Quantik being in first, followed by the whole of the JUT squad. Now with a bit less speed, being overtaken by Carbon now, who also has a lower line in the wall, is now ahead. Lukki is again making it 1-2 for JUT currently, but Kartoffelstampf is behind, now fighting it out with Unrider and Quantik to make it maybe even an ace, going for the lower line there, but it doesn't really have the speed. Maybe this inside line can get in front of Unrider. It can, but Unrider might have a bit more speed. Unrider now over or staying in front of Kartoffelstampf. Kartoffelstampf falling behind, as we see Carbon and Lukki taking a 1-2, making a 3-6 match point for JUT in the last round. And if they get it now, they have a 2-1 overall, and that was indeed a good round. So it's the match point for JUT. The first time they have the match point in this match against SM Black. So we'll see whether they can make it stick or not. Different start lines there. Carbon going a bit wider to have a more inside entry through the right-hand turn there. We see Carbon, Kartoffelstampf, and Lukki being close as Kartoffelstampf drops out somewhere. I don't know whether it was like on my side and he clipped the wall or clipped somewhere else, but he fell behind. Unrider now with more speed, overtaking Carbon. Lukki also being in danger of being overtaken by Unrider. I don't know what's happening with the cam. It is on follow. It should change the cam. No, it does. It didn't for the other one. Okay, interesting. but Lukki seems like he can deny the overtake by Unrider, but now Quantik is in the mix trying to overtake, making it a first place for SM. Lukki trying to deny, getting behind now. Unrider overtaking, they all got in there, and that's the point for SM, making it 4-6, still match point for JUT. So yeah, Purple also dropped out there. It was also not visible on the stream. But yeah, another try. They still have 3 rounds to go, so 3 tries for the JUT guys to make it stick. They can accept maybe 1 further loss, but they need to win after that, because the 6-6 situation is just way too dangerous for them. And we see Lukki with more speed being in front of Unrider. Quantik now going in the mix, going for the higher line again. Lukki with the lower line in the wall, having more speed. Different lines though. And it's going to be close. Quantik and Unrider trying to get in front of Lukki, or put Lukki in between them, as willeknas is also now in front of Carbon, whereas KRTFFLSTMPF already dropped out. So it's Lukki and Carbon needing a 1-2 or some crashes by the SM guys, but at this part of the map, it's not going to be able to do that. Carbon going for the safe run, as he knows there is no chance that they are making any difference, and that's another point for SM Black, making it 5-6. And JUT is now again in danger of losing this map. SM just has to get 2 more rounds, JUT 1 more round, and the last couple of rounds were won by SM. So yeah, we will see what happens. Everyone surviving the start. This far, again, different lines. Carbon going for more inside, a bit wider. S4Z there to get maybe more speed, is now overtaking Unrider and going for the overtake on willeknas. Quantik in first. Lukki again with the lower line. Carbon having a little bit of a clip there, which is not good, as he gets overtaken by Unrider and willeknas again. KRTFFLSTMPF also going or denying, or defending the overtake by Unrider and willeknas. Lukki now being overtaken by Quantik. KRTFFLSTMPF in second. Carbon is still alive. Unrider is trying to attack KRTFFLSTMPF now. Lukki still in second, trying to fight it out with Quantik. It could be that one of them misses the risky fin. And let's see, Carbon takes the 5th place. It's 11 points for JUT, to make it 5-7. JUT won this match. GG. So overall a 5-2-1, and yeah, JUT showed that they are competitive on Spring Day against SM.